Welcome to the ISB show. Sahil Rahi Roy. And today we are covering a Champions Week. We made our predictions, the matches happened, and now we're going to recap it all. The UEFA Champions League, guys. What a week. What a week we had. We're going to talk about all the matches. Let's start there with these matches. And we got to start, guys. What was this? What did we just witness this week?
Do you know how I spent last night, Roy?
No.
It was a long day. I had a long day. I sat on the couch, got myself a drink, and you know what I turned on? I turned on this game, watched it beginning to end once again. Better than any movie, better than any TV show that's out there, better than anything you can get on Netflix, Hulu, Paramount, whatever it is. This game was a classic. You can watch it over and over and over again. My goodness, Roy.
Yep. This is why we have this channel. This is why we talk about this sport for hours and hours a week. This is why between these episodes, we're on the phone leaving voice messages about the game. It's because of matches like this. This is the beautiful game in its finest form. You will not see anything more beautiful than what we witnessed in this match, in this series.
Yeah.
It was absolutely mind-blowing. It was poetry. It was a treat for us. It was a treat for the eyes, for the ears. I loved it. I am mesmerized by the performance of these two teams. I am mesmerized by the performance of players like Yamal, who was absolutely stunning. He showed he is an incredible world-class talent, arguably the best in the world right now at the ripe age.
No argument. No argument there for me.
Are you kidding me? At this age, considered to be the best in the world. And a performance like that, who else is doing performances like that at that level?
No one.
But it's not just 15 minutes, dude. The way he attacked relentlessly, hit the post, he forced like 2 or 3 saves. He was relentless in his creativity, in his attack. It was mesmerizing to watch. I couldn't believe what I was seeing.
Yeah, but you could have had 6 or 7 man of the matches, right? You could. Who do you choose? It could have been Yamal in a losing effort. It could have been Sommer in a winning effort, Dumfries in a winning effort, Thuram in a winning effort, right?
Raphinha was the man of the match.
Good. I mean, how many players played so well, Sa?
It was an incredible, incredible match. And I just, and even in a match like this where you think about, okay, there was 7 goals allowed. The goalkeeping was out of this world in a match where there were 7 goals allowed. That just tells you how good of a match this was. It was an incredible match. So everyone's talked about this match at length. I don't think we need to mention anything more about this match. But I just want to give you guys the opportunity to just give me one, each of you guys, if you could pick one thing about this match, like one takeaway, and what would it be? Like, I'll give you guys each that moment, then we'll move on.
Go first, Ra.
I mean, for me, it was the most romantic game I've ever seen in the Champions League, and epitomized by that goal scored by 37-year-old Acerbi, a center-back who's been through hell and back. What a career, what ups and downs, been at this club for so long. To score that goal in that moment when everything seemed lost, when at times his career, it seems like for him, everything has been lost. What a moment. What a goal. It's why you love sports. It's why you love these individual stories. It's why you can't help but be romantic about this sport. What a goal. For me, I'll never forget that goal and the celebration and the moment. Just insane.
Yep. When I saw that goal and I saw who scored it and the way he celebrated, because I knew his story before that goal. I knew everything he went through, the cancers, the drugs, the father situation. And for him to come out at this age, after his story, after his comeback to the sport and score that game, I cried. I cried when I saw that celebration, the way he ripped his shirt off, started sprinting around, and he was emotional. The team was emotional. I guarantee you most of that stadium was emotional. It was mesmerizing. It was absolutely incredible to watch. It was such an emotional experience. And I loved it. But my big takeaway from this match, and the other one as well, is I feel more in this instance, the team that played slightly better did not win the game.
Mm.
In this case, I thought Barcelona was a much more threatening team. They played a prettier game, but that's not to take away from what Inter brought. Inter brought character. They brought tactical intelligence.
Yeah.
They brought great decision-making. But overall, and I think you guys will agree, maybe not, I thought Barcelona was just a better team. They're a funner team to watch. They have a better cast of talent on the team, and they probably deserve to win. But it's hard to say deserve because Inter was extraordinary in very different ways.
And
I
don't
disagree.
discount Inzaghi's coaching. But go ahead, Ryan. What were you saying?
No, I
said
disagree. I
tactical
think
brilliance,
that
yeah.
beautiful to watch. It's difficult to argue that Barcelona were the more exciting team, more talented, beautiful to watch. But at the same time, they did concede some soft goals. They have that high line that makes them susceptible at the back. If you remember in the first leg, Inter had a goal disallowed. They could have won that game as well. In terms of chance creation, yes, Yamal is an incredible player on his own. Inter created a lot of chances. So I don't believe that this was an unfair result. I thought it was very even, Sa.
Okay, moving on to the next match. This one was an interesting match too.
Yeah.
And with PSG defeating Arsenal, but there were moments in this match where things were a little bit like, okay,
Yeah.
is Arsenal gonna take the lead in this match? And in the end, I think PSG just took their chances.
Yep.
Yeah, I got worried in the beginning. I thought Arsenal looked like the dominant team. They came out for 20 minutes and PSG couldn't get out of their own half. We're really in trouble. And I thought, oh my God, I'm going to have to listen to all the Arsenal fans talk about being in the Champions League final. And I was pretty fearful, primarily because I picked PSG. But in the end, Roy, the better team did win this game. That one, I believe.
I don't think they were the better team on the day. I think
Fair.
probably the better team on paper. They're probably the better team overall throughout the tournament. But on the day, I thought Arsenal absolutely deserved to win this game. They outshot, they outpossessed, and we all know numbers don't tell the story, but the eye test in those first 20 and in the last 20, it was all Arsenal, man. It was such a dominant performance. They just weren't taking their chances. They weren't finishing when they should.
That's it, though. This sport is about scoring goals, Sa. Yes or no?
Yes, it is about scoring goals. I do think, look, and Mikel Arteta afterward was very much like, they told us that we played better and saying stuff like the other team. I mean, look, like, I don't know if that happened, but
they did. They did play better.
Yeah,
they were the better team.
You think about moments Saka has a wide open goal and he's not able to convert. And if he does convert, you think, could have things been better? I think he should have scored. But anyway, my point is that I don't necessarily buy the argument. And in a sense, I agree with Roy on this, where if you score more goals, that means automatically you should win. It sounds weird because that's what happens, right? But I do think you do need to give credence a little bit to who played better on the day, and I think to a certain degree, I think Arsenal did play better on the day. I think I would agree with that. So, but anyhow, let us see how. Speaking of playing better or worse, let's see how we all did in terms of our picks for the semifinals, and we're gonna recap these and say who did well and who didn't. Okay. As we always like to do. Are you ready? Drum roll, please.
Look how confident Rocky looks. He's got that smug look.
Well, I know what I picked. I know
we shall see. We shall see. All right. So in third place, coming in with the picks of PSG, but also with the pick of Barcelona, Roycito. Third place means last in this particular segment because there's only three of us. But all right. This was close.
Lose, I'm ejected. That's
out, man.
Jeez Louise.
Third place is out. Yeah, out of the
second place. Second place was close. Second place was very close. Second place for this was yours truly, Sahil, because I made a mistake in saying the match is going to go to PKs, which if I shouldn't have said that, I was close, but it didn't go to PKs. So that, of course, means the winner is Mr. Rahi standing in the middle over there. What do you have to say? What do you have to say about that?
I always knew I could do it. I knew from the beginning. I want to thank Roy for making bad picks. I want to thank Sa for making decent picks. And mostly, I want to thank myself for knowing that in the end, it was going to be an Italian team against a French team, not a Spanish team, not an English team. It's beautiful to see. We haven't seen a final like this in a long time. I love it. No German team, no Spanish team, no English team. It feels like diversity has won, my friends.
Okay.
The worst gold medal acceptance speech I've ever heard in my life. No one will root for you ever again.
That's how it's gonna go. So obviously the final guys that we know is Inter PSG. I think we'll wait to pick this. I think we'll wait to pick this, but our
What are
final
we waiting
predictions will be
for?
here.
What are we waiting for?
we're
I'm
waiting.
ready.
Yeah, Roy is ready, but I think we wait on this.
I will give Roy a little pass because he picked Barcelona thinking that Lautaro would not play. And he
Glad
did
you remembered.
play. That might have changed the pick.
And I
Okay.
did mention that. I said,
I'll
if
give you guys
Lautaro
this.
was to
Here's
play, it's Inter.
Yeah, that's true. Okay, here we'll end with this. We'll end with this. You guys can't explain, but you guys give me very quickly your early pick for who's winning the final and go quick.
Inter.
Inter.
And I got PSG. So all right, we'll see who gets it done. We'll explain our picks later. We have time to change. We have more time to change. We're going to do another video on this. But anyway, for those of you out there who've been enjoying these videos, let us know your thoughts on who's winning the final, who's not winning the final, all that, and let us know about how much you enjoyed the semifinals. And then until next time, guys, I will say it as I always do. Keep watching the beautiful game.
What a Champions League.